good people on both sides. The other side just happens to be wrong.
In the U.S., the two most recent striking examples of women in politics are Hillary Clinton and Sarah Palin. Hillary Clinton started out as the First Lady and moved into being a senator, and soon enough she was running for the President of the United States.
And I think in particular, if we as members of the public see women politicians, let's just pick Hillary Clinton as an example, if she is consistently presented to us as someone who wears pantsuits, has blonde hair, is married to Bill, is the mother of Chelsea, speaks a certain way, and we never hear very much about why she wanted to be president.
She was the best. She was the most qualified. I had the most confidence in her, you know, for that role. And I've read a lot of analyses of it. You know, we can't put it down to sexism entirely.
The popularity surrounding the campaigns of Hillary Clinton and Sarah Palin were so huge that the cast of Saturday Night Live took a stab at portraying them.
We are crossing party lines to address the now very ugly role that sexism is playing in the campaign.
An issue which I am frankly surprised to hear people suddenly care about.
I love those hockey moms. You know, they say the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull? Lipstick.
Mayor, governor, maverick.
Sarah Palin was John McCain's pick for vice president, if he were to make it to the White House. From the moment he said her name, she's become an instant celebrity, and everyone seems to be either fascinated or disgusted with her.
I think there's a really good chance that Sarah Palin could be president, and I think that's a really scary thing. I think the pick was made for political purposes, but in terms of governance, it's a disaster. It's absurd. It's totally absurd, and I don't understand why more people aren't talking about how absurd it is. I need to know if she really thinks dinosaurs were here 4,000 years ago. That's an important, I want to know that, I really do, because she's going to have the nuclear codes.
I think she wasn't qualified for the position she was put into. I think that was true, but at the same time, I think she showed a lot of, I think she showed a lot of motivation and a lot of ability in the campaign. I mean, she was put in a really impossible situation, and she performed with incredible enthusiasm. I mean, she was a real team player, and I think she performed, well, given the extraordinary situation she found herself in, which was just unbelievably difficult.
Equal Voice is a multi-partisan action group dedicated to increasing the presence of women in politics.
I love the idea of actively trying to get more women involved in politics. And it's not just about getting women to run. To me, it's about reaching out to young women to get them to talk about politics and think about politics. There's so many kind of what I consider unworthy topics out there, like we're seriously going to sit around and talk about Paris Hilton some more.
Hey America, I'm Paris Hilton and I'm a celebrity too. Only I'm not from the olden days and I'm not promising change like that other guy. I'm just hot.
As was shown in Obama's campaign, Equal Voice in Canada wants to focus on youth, more specifically, young women.
Equal Voice does a mentoring program as well at the federal and provincial levels. It's called our Experiences Program. We just don't think we can. Like, it's almost a self-defeatist attitude. Like, and when it's not even having the consciousness that you can go out and you could run for public office. That's the biggest drawback for women. So having a mentor telling you, yeah, you can do that. If you want to do that, it's totally within your grasp. That's a big deal. Not even 100 years ago that women got the right to vote, right? So, I mean, all the progress we have made has been made in an incredibly short period of time. But with that said, we still struggle. And as Hillary Clinton said in the Democratic Convention, we've made 1,000 cracks, but we haven't quite broken through.
There are many countries around the world with women who have it worse. Women in some parts of the Middle East are not even allowed to hold their own jobs, let alone get into politics.
Women become the head of a state. There is no text in the Quran which I know which states that a woman cannot become a head of a state. But there are several hadiths. For example, one hadith says that the people who have the leader as a woman will not succeed. Some of the scholars say that this only refers to a particular time in which this hadith was related, especially at the time when Persia had the leader as a queen. The other scholars say no, it refers to all the time. Let's analyze whether it is advisable for a woman to be a head of a state or not. If a woman is head of a state in an Islamic country, she may have to lead the congregational prayers. And if a woman leads the congregational prayers, in Islam, we adopt several postures like qiyam, ruku, sujood, standing, bowing and prostration. If a lady is doing that in front of a gent congregation, I'm surely it will cause disturbances in the prayers.
What do women need to get into politics? Enthusiasm, dedication, and an open mind.
Hillary Clinton has decided to accept President-elect Barack Obama's offer to serve as his Secretary of State.
We're not quite there yet, but slowly and surely we'll be there one day.
Who should be President of the United States in the future, a man or a woman?
Woman.
Why?
Because the men already have, like Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, we had a term.